G'day everybody and welcome to my Aussie Gardening Kitchen edition. If it's your first time here, my name's Darren, but please call me Daz. And today we're cooking curry. We're cooking a potato and chicken curry with lime. So let's get into it, eh? So here we go. Here's all the ingredients that we need for our curry today. So first of all, we've got our chicken. Normally I would use chicken thighs and I recommend chicken thighs. I think they taste a lot better and they also cook a lot better in a curry like this. We've got our chopped chilies. We've got our ginger. We've got garlic, fresh garlic from my garden. We've got red onions from my garden. We've got one branch from a curry tree. I've got a curry tree in my garden and part of the leaves are chopped here. We've got our lime, fresh lime. If you don't have limes, you can use lemons by all means. I prefer lime and the flavor of lime in this recipe, but if it's lemons that you have, use lemons. It'll taste really good anyway. Then we've got our dry spices here. We've got turmeric, chili, coriander, cumin, cardamom pods which have been ground. I've got some black pepper. I've got some salt here as well. Fennel seeds in here, which I've been grinding down. I don't like to be chewing on fennel seeds, so I've ground them down. Over here, we've got coconut milk. And then we've got potatoes just over here. I like potatoes in my curries, so this is going to be a chicken and potato curry. So there we have it, that's all the ingredients. I've got some veggie oil here, which I'll be frying my spices and chicken off. So the very first step is to turn on the flame. I'll have it set to 3/4. Okay, it's going to get a little noisy because I need the exhaust fan on. There we go, we've got the exhaust fan going. I'll just remove these potatoes to the side. In goes the oil. Just move it around in the pan just to help it heat up a little. It's also giving the pan a bit of a non-stick coating. So what I like to do first is fry off all my dry spices. And you won't be able to see it too well on camera, but I've got some salt left on the plate and I'm just going to leave it there. I'll add a bit of salt later. I like to taste my food first before I go adding the salt. The fennel seeds that I've ground up. I'll pop a cinnamon stick in there. And we're just going to move that around. And with our spices, I like to get them frying in the oil. It brings out the flavor. That's already smelling fantastic. So I'm just letting those spices heat up in the oil, drawing the flavors out of them. It's not too hot because I don't want them to burn. As I said earlier, I'm looking at about 3/4 heat with the flame. It's my largest flame, it's my wok flame actually. All right, that's looking quite good. Smells really nice. So I'm just going to put my red onion in. Apologies for the bird noises tonight. I've got 2 birds in cages behind me and they're going to be looking for attention. Just stirring the onion and spices around. Okay, I'm going to add my chicken and get the chicken in there. I'm not adding the fresh chili or the garlic and ginger at the moment because I don't want those to burn. So I want to get all these other ingredients in first. Get them in there, mixing with those dry spices. Just stirring all the time, making sure that nothing sticks to the bottom and burns. Looking good and smelling good. Just making sure all of the chicken, all the surfaces of the chicken get covered in those spices. Oh wow, delicious. You can really smell the combination of flavors now. so now it's time for my garlic and my ginger, and I'll put in the fresh chili. Now I'm leaving the curry leaves till later. Not too much later, but I don't want them in at the moment. And we'll just give this another mix. Oh, those fresh chilies, wow. They're, oh, the vapor brings a tear to your eye. Oh, very nice. Constantly stirring, just making sure everything moves around, has shared heat with the bottom of the pan. Okay, I'm going to squeeze in the lime now, and the lime juice will also deglaze the bottom of the pan a little bit. So I'm actually just going to move some of the ingredients out of the way. Now this is going to quickly evaporate, so I need to be fast here. Very nice. We'll get that mixed very quickly. And you might be able to see a bit of a gloss on the chicken and the onions at the moment. That's that lime juice that's just gone in and coated them. Oh, excuse me. I just got a big whiff of lime and chili. Wow. All right, to this I'm going to add 1 cup of water. And I'm just scraping the bottom of the pan, just making sure that nothing catches, and also to lift the flavour. Oh my, and there's flavour, believe me, I can smell it. All right, so now I'm going to add the potatoes. Stir the potatoes in. And you can just see the potatoes going a little yellow there on the outside. That's obviously the turmeric. All right, so now what I'm going to do is just assess how the water level is, because I want to be able to cook the potatoes. Just pushing it down. All right, I'm going to add about another ½ a cup of water. Oh, it smells fantastic. Yes. Love a good curry. I don't want too much liquid in there in this one because I've still got the coconut cream to come. I beg your pardon, the coconut milk to come. All right, I'm going to stick my branch of my curry tree and just push it into the liquid. I'm going to put the lid on. And I'll let this sit here for a good probably 5 to 10 minutes now. Okay, I almost forgot. Just taking off the lid. And I'm popping in the 2 halves of the lime. Just to give it that little bit of a citrus flavour. Okay, it's been a good 5 minutes since I put the lid on. So I'm just going to take the lid off to assess it. Oh my, that smells fantastic. All right, so I've just turned the heat down to about 1/3 power. And I'm just going to give this a stir just to make sure it's not sticking, which it's not. Now I like to put potatoes in my curries because I like eating potatoes, but potatoes are also a good filler. So if you're looking at an economical way to stretch your curry, say you want to feed a lot of people and you just don't have enough chicken, put some potato in there and stretch it out. It works quite well. All right, I'm just going to put the lid back on and give that another 5 minutes because I want to get those potatoes to cook. Actually, just before I put the lid on, I just want to mention that I'm using chicken breast today, but I prefer chicken thighs. I find chicken thighs a lot tastier and also a lot more moist. But we have chicken breasts already out in the fridge. We used them in another recipe last night. So today I'm using chicken breasts for this recipe, but I do recommend chicken thighs. All right, so I'm just going to get this lid back on. And we'll let that sit on, it's about a 1/3 flame on my biggest flame now. And we'll let that sit for about another 5 minutes, just so we can get those potatoes to cook more. Okay, it's been another 5 minutes, so I'll now take off the lid. We'll have a look at it. And it smells absolutely fantastic, of course. That's not catching at all. Yep, that's coming along really nicely. Those potatoes are cooking well. All the flavors are mixing together quite well. So my next step is that I've got my coconut milk and I've just taken the remainder of my curry leaves that were chopped and put them on top. And I'm just going to throw it all in now. Get that all in there. Get those solids out. All right, so we'll just give that coconut milk a stir in there. And I'll just turn up the temperature now. I'm going to turn it up to about a half heat on my high burner, on my large wok burner. You can see that creamy colour coming out there with the coconut milk. It's very fragrant with all those spices and the curry leaves and the lime. So it's now time to pop the lid back on. And I'll give that about another 5 minutes to simmer. Alright, it's been a few minutes, so we'll take the lid off and have another look at it. And this time I'm going to check it for seasoning, mainly whether I need to add salt or not. So I'm just taking out that leftover branch you can see there from the curry tree. I'm removing one lime half. We'll take out that other half of the lime. And I'm going to remove the cinnamon stick just to get it out of the way. We'll have a taste now. I've got my clean spoon here. Oh man, really good. I'm just going to add some salt. Now this is all going to depend on your own personal taste and your situation when you cook it. But this is the amount of salt that I'm adding for myself. Stir that in there. I'm just turning the flame up one last time. I'm just going to give it one last burst of heat. I love the little red specks of fresh chili in there and those leaves in there from the curry plant. Bit of red onion. Alright, so I'll just give it another taste now that I've added the salt. Yep, that's spot on. Alright, those potatoes are cooked really nicely. So now it's just a matter of turning it off. We've got some rice here. Oh, it smells fantastic. Okay, I'm just making sure I get some potato and some chicken. And I definitely want some of that liquid in there. It smells absolutely fantastic. All right, I need my spoon. Hopefully you can see that okay. We've got our red chili there. We've got some green from the curry leaves. Red onion there. Our potato. There's a nice big curry leaf there. Of course, our chicken. So let's try some chicken first. That has absorbed the flavors so well. Let's try some of this potato. Potato has absorbed the flavors as well. Okay, let's try a bit of everything there. Daz approves with his turmeric fingers. The best way to describe the flavors would be fresh. The fresh lime, the fresh curry leaves, and then you've got the fennel coming through as well. Obviously the chilies. It's absolutely delicious. It's so fragrant in both flavor and smell. So there you go. That's my chicken and potato curry with lime. I hope you try it yourselves and enjoy it. It's absolutely fantastic. If you did like the video, please let YouTube know that you did like it by hitting that little like button down below. Also, if you choose to subscribe, that'd be fantastic, and it costs you nothing. It's totally free. And next to the subscribe button, there's a little bell. If you tick that, that will give you notifications of all my future videos. And as always, please comment down below. I always read my comments and answer them. So if you do have any questions, pop them down below and I'll answer them as best as I can. So once again, I just want to say thanks very much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.